Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 1 of something that I have been waiting probably about a year and a half to bring about. This is the Sanch Ranch Podcast. What this is going to be, basically, is just me and a bunch of friends, maybe some special guests, getting on, talking about life, talking about sports, potentially answering viewer questions. This is an outlet for all of us to get on and speak and be heard and just conversate. We've been having conversations like this for a few years, and I've always wanted to do a podcast because of it. So here we are. We're making it happen. For this first episode, we're going to be doing a March Madness breakdown. Not every podcast is going to be sports related. So for those of you that don't like sports or that aren't that big into it, y'all will be good. First episode may not be for you, but future episodes will. Now, let me introduce to you guys my guests for today. Basically, the people who are going to be my co-hosts. First off, we got Anthony Roperti.
What's up, guys?
We got Nathan Maki.
Just crack-a-lackin'. I'm playing.
and we got Carly Judit. What up?
Hi.
Hi. So, apologies to whoever may be listening. This is the first episode. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's going to be stuffed. Basically, the way this is going to go.
I figured I'd make it entertaining.
Yeah, you're going to carry. The way that this is going to go is we are all filling out our March Madness brackets right now. We're going to kind of try to break down the matchups as we see them. Keep in mind, I may not be speaking for everyone, but for myself, I'm not the most knowledgeable basketball fan in the world. I really just started paying attention this year, so this is more just for fun. March Madness is always something that, a lot of sports people enjoy. And even people that don't like sports like filling out the brackets. Whether it just be favorite team or what logo looks the coolest or who has the hottest star player, however the fuck you want to do it.
Dude, one girl one time won like $10,000 picking teams just based off her favorite colors. Like she picked the team that she liked the color the best, and she won like a $10,000 prize or something.
What the fuck?
That's Roperti's entire strategy for this.
No, bro, no.
Roperti's looking at every starting
if
lineup.
it gives me $10,000, like
He's going to go by how many letters.
He's looking at the starting lineups between the two teams. He's like, okay, this point guard's the hottest. Their shooting guard's
yeah,
the
he's
okay, I'm
looking
rolling with
cute,
them.
Honestly, though.
All right, let's just jump right into this. Balls to the walls, boys. First matchup. I don't really think we need to talk too much about it. Gonzaga is going to be playing either Norfolk State or App State. If anyone doesn't have Gonzaga, just...
Gonzaga is doing well, bro. I mean, okay, they have had a weak schedule, but they're undefeated, bro.
Okay.
They're 26-0.
If they had like a different lineup, I think they got lucky with their lineup, to be honest, at least in the West. I think that, I talked to Roperti about this earlier today, but I feel like they've been playing like high school teams, and I think that they've had a really easy schedule.
Yeah.
But when I was going through my draft, I did end up having them go pretty far, so it is what it is. But
I'm excited. They have the chance to be the first undefeated team since 1976.
Okay.
Imagine if they go all the way through without losing. That'd be crazy.
Didn't Larry Bird
I don't
do it in
think-
79 with Indiana State?
I don't believe
Yes,
so.
I believe so.
I don't think they're the last one.
Well, then,
All I know is Gonzaga hasn't played a legitimate college team in the year 2021.
no, they had a couple.
Essentially.
Good. They had like 2 or 3
All
good games,
all
but
early season,
It's pretty bad.
early
yeah.
season matchups. But besides that,
So Gonzaga.
I don't think.
Sorry, continue.
Go on.
I thought you were done.
No,
I'm
you
trying to
go
find
on.
something.
I'm done. I was just gonna say, I think if Gonzaga is in any different bracket, I think the left side of this bracket in general is extremely favorable, both Gonzaga and Michigan. I would say the right side has the harder route for their main teams in the field. But if Gonzaga was somewhere else, I'd be hesitant to pick them to go a long way. But they're also undefeated, so I'm sure we'll get into that more. But
100%.
Even for me, it's still kind of hard to take them just all the way because, like, I'm looking at their conference, and this is how it lines up. So, obviously, Gonzaga's 26-0, 26 straight. I haven't lost a game in over, I think it's 400 days. BYU is the second best team in the West Coast Conference at 20-6. And they gave Gonzaga probably the best fight. And then from there, it drops. You got Loyola Marymount at 13-9, Pepperdine at 12-12, and the Pacific Tigers at 9-9. Those, I mean, there's not much you can really say about that. I mean, they got St. Mary's. Looking at their schedule, their early season wins, they have some quality fucking wins. They beat Kansas really early on. They beat West Virginia really early on. They beat Iowa. They beat Virginia. But after that, I mean, they beat BYU twice. Once by 11, once by 10. They're a good basketball team. It's just like outside of their first basically 9 games. In their first 9 games, they played 6 real opponents, really. And since then, they haven't played fucking anyone. I do think, though, that they can make a run, but I don't even know how I have the rest of this bracket going up.
All right, we'll move on to Oklahoma, Mizzou.
Yeah, I think we've all said what we need to say on that one. Oklahoma, Mizzou. This is the first matchup that I really have no fucking clue about.
I'm going with
I think
Missouri.
this is the hardest pick in the entire bracket, the hardest 8-9 game to pick, in my opinion. I also have Missouri, but also mostly just because Oklahoma has been trending on the downhill as of late. Missouri has a better adjusted performance, and the only thing that has me scared about Missouri is their free throw percentage. But as long as it's not too close, I think they handle them.
And if we look too, the Big 12, I mean, the Big 12 is pretty top heavy. I can't even say top heavy. They have 5 real quality teams. But after that, they have, Texas Tech, who's good. And then TCU, Kansas State, Iowa State. Both bad. And Missouri is playing in an SEC conference that, honestly, surprised the fuck out of me. Like, they're a middle-of-the-pack SEC team at 16-9. Middle of the pack, 16-9.
Gotcha.
Out of fucking 14 teams. And above them, you only have Ole Miss, Florida, Tennessee, LSU, Arkansas, Alabama. And to my knowledge, and I could be wrong here, Missouri played even those top teams pretty damn well. They had a bad loss to Mississippi State, bad loss to Ole Miss. Outside of that, they've played most teams pretty well, and they even beat Alabama. I am more inclined to pick Missouri here.
Oklahoma's been I don't know about the downtrend. I'm confused about the downtrend. Oklahoma had beat 4 top 10 teams in the span of 1 month, and I really think that they can get it done with Missouri. I'm leaning towards Oklahoma on this one.
The downstretch that I think Maki's referring to is if you look at the end of their schedule, they've lost 5 of their last 6. But I feel like but it is worth noting the teams that they lost to. So they lost to Kansas State, who again, they aren't a bad. They're bad, but they're not atrocious. And then they lost to Oklahoma State twice, both games by 4. Texas by 4 and Kansas by 7.
I don't blame them for the teams that they lost to necessarily, because OK State I have them as an extremely lethal team in this bracket. But to me, coupled by you lose to a Kansas team who also somewhat on the downhill, has COVID issues at the moment. And then you beat an Iowa State team by 6, and that's the last win you've had since in weeks. I don't know.
So I'm looking at the stats.
I'm liking
Missouri. I'm looking at the stats provided by the Bracket Challenge, the Capital One. the March Madness Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that... So there are two things that... Or not two. Yeah, two things, sorry. That Oklahoma leads Missouri in by a bit, which is free throw percentage. They shoot about 74.4%. Missouri shoots about 70. And then defensive efficiency, Oklahoma, per 100 possessions, I believe that's what that is. Yeah, per 100 possessions. Oklahoma allows 91.5. Missouri allows 93.5. So the defense is pretty similar. Oklahoma seems to play it a little better, though. Missouri has a lower net rating, but they had a higher strength of schedule. They have higher true shooting percentage. And their adjusted performance is a lot better than Oklahoma's. I think I'm going to stick with my Missouri pick.
All right. Yeah, that
Listen,
one's
Roperti,
definitely
you
a
can prove us
toss-up.
all wrong.
I'm not saying it's really a toss-up.
It is.
You know.
But like the
You
thing
know-
about like college basketball is you can't really predict anything right now. Like
Oh, facts.
anything could happen.
And relating to that, I think this next matchup, Creighton and USBC, USSB, UCSB. I just
Yeah.
is
You know, I
very important
have
one.
Creighton.
Is a
I have
very
Creighton going
important one.
a little far. I'm not gonna lie.
This is
This-
a possible upset in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 12.
I agree.
I
I
have
agree.
UC Santa Barbara upsetting Creighton.
I'm looking at that
Really?
now, and I honestly am kind of agreeing because
Well, Creighton just got destroyed by 13-12 with Georgetown in their final. Yeah, Georgetown's on the come up. I honestly, that's just one of those games where I would not be surprised. It's like you have to pick 5-12. The highest probability is that 2 5-12s win. That's the highest probability amongst any game, is that you have 2 12s beat 5s. And this is one of those where I can see it happening. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
I'm
But I
looking
put
at
it
it
down.
too, and UC Santa Barbara leads Creighton in a lot of the major stats that Capital One throws, or like, you know, the Capital One website, March Madness app, basically. Like, a lot of the things they value. So, they shoot 75% from the line. Creighton shoots 64%. If you can't make free throws majority of the time, you're not winning a basketball game. Adjusted performance a lot better. UCSB apparently puts on the clamps. They allow 5 less points per 100 possessions than Creighton does. And Creighton's strength of schedule wasn't much better than Santa Barbara's.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Santa Barbara
Both of
won
them
the
have
Big West.
very-
Yeah, Santa Barbara has went 13-3 in their conference this year. I think this is a big one.
Creighton went 20-8 this season, and the things that kind of concern me with them are just some of the teams that they've lost to. So they lost to Marquette early in the season. Lost to Butler, lost to Providence. And against Georgetown, they went 1-2. The loss kind of in the middle of the season. They beat them 2 games later by 15 after losing by 13. And in this game, they lost by 25. And in between there, they beat Butler twice, UConn, lost to Nova, lost to Xavier, and beat Nova. This Creighton feels to me like a very up and down team.
They usually do well in the
Sporadic.
tournament, but I definitely, we shall see.
I think I'm going to go with Creighton, but Santa Barbara, I think, could give them a hell of a fight.
I'm sticking with my Santa Barbara pick.
I
The
don't mind that.
upset.
Ooh, Roperti. I love your
Ooh, get a little
upsets.
spicy. Yes,
You're
sir.
getting some spice in here.
Speaking of upsets and spicy, we got the 13th seeded Ohio Bobcats
Wow.
versus the 4th seeded Virginia Cavaliers. And this is the reason why I think I kind of want to take Ohio.
You know, I
COVID.
feel the exact same way. I think the exact same way.
If Virginia had no COVID issues,
Yeah, I
I
was
would
about
be
to
taking
say.
Yeah,
Virginia
it's
every
the
time.
same. It's the same with Kansas, but at the same time, we don't know. Like we don't know if that'll necessarily happen, and if we end up picking based off, what we think will happen, that might not actually happen. It could screw the whole bracket.
Well, we kind of have to go based off of what we have right now.
Some players,
Yeah.
some players are just not going to make it to Indy for a couple days, and I think that's going to be that first game. But I still think they can hold out. I think they'll win that first one still.
I got Virginia.
They won their ACC regular season title. They're doing well for themselves.
I got Virginia, and I don't think it's going to be close.
I'm going to agree with you, Maki.
I think it'll be closer just because of the loss of players, but
I like the Ohio pick as the upset. I just, in my gut, tell me go UVA.
I've been thinking about
I think they're done losing in the first round.
I was thinking about this
No
all day
way.
at work, and my mind kept saying, Virginia's going to win, Virginia's going to win, Virginia's going to win, and I'm just, I don't know. I'm feeling Ohio, and I'm looking at, too, some of their team stats. This team can flat out fucking score. They average 81 points a game. They give up 73, so they're winning by like 7 points a game. And I'm trying to find this, but from what I've heard, I was going to say they shoot the fuck out of the three ball. They shoot 36% as a team, but if their guard, Jalen White, gets hot, kid's shooting 46% from three, that could be the difference maker. Then they have a guy named Mason McMurray shooting 43%, and Jason Preston, the leader of their team, shooting 41%. Now, the one thing, seeing this, that concerns me is he's a guard shooting 58.5% from the line.
That is just atrocious.
He's their leader,
Beast.
too. 16.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, 7.2 assists, plays good defense, turns the fuck. You know what? No, I'm changing it. I'm talking myself out of it. I'm going with Virginia, but I could see this being close.
All right.
All right. Next matchup, USC versus Wichita State and Drake. I'm just going to take USC. I think Drake could beat them, but I'm not going to think.
Have you guys
Agreed.
seen Evan Mobley play? I actually watched a USC game. Evan Mobley.
Really fucking
He's their
good.
Pac-12 player of the year.
He's insane.
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss to that guy. He's really good.
If Detroit can't
Chef's
get
kiss.
Chuba, or why the fuck did I just say Chuba Hubbard? Cade Cunningham. Holy hell.
They're just
Detroit
not
can't
alike.
get
I don't know how you
Cade,
mix that up.
I would like Mobley. Get Mason Plumlee the fuck out of here. Mackie,
Yeah,
I'm assuming you're on the USC train?
Yep.
Okay,
I
cool.
agree.
Also, I feel like just for anyone in the podcast, I should announce this. If this goes past 8, we're probably going to lose Mackie for a bit because he's going to have on The Bachelor.
Of course, Mackie. Oh my god.
So,
Mackie
Hey,
watches
don't-
more Bachelor than I do.
don't be capping on me, bro. It's the season finale.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'll give you that.
to be fair, I told him go
Only
ahead.
exception.
I told him to go ahead, and we'll just move on, and he can just announce his pick and then mute back up. But just figured I'd throw that out there.
I think we'll all have a pretty similar pick.
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas.
I'm also picking
yeah.
Kansas.
So
Playing
I
Eastern
picked,
Washington.
I also picked Kansas too, but didn't Kansas have a huge COVID thing happen to them? I feel like they
have
have an
COVID
even
stuff.
worse chance than Virginia.
Mm.
Yeah. Like
I'm-
they could be out at any point. I have no doubt.
Kansas always does well in the tournament. I think they got this game easy,
Yeah.
regardless of COVID
I think
issues.
they do too, but I'm thinking in future reference, if it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised.
I just
However,
wanna
I
put
think
it-
Kansas is the better team.
I just want to put it in perspective. So the net rating, just I'm looking at that, and like I said, for people watching the podcast, I'm still kind of learning the whole basketball thing as we go. So the net rating, comprehensive ranking of all 353 D1 teams, just put it in perspective. Kansas has a net rating of 11, which is fantastic. Eastern Washington is a net rating of 113, and from what it looks like, they've played fucking no one. So that, combined with Kansas having one of the best coaches in the country, I think they put it together.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty straightforward in my head.
Now, Oregon versus VCU. I'm going to take VCU in the upset.
Okay.
I picked Oregon.
I picked Oregon, and I
I
can
think
tell you
VCU.
why.
Yeah, I think VCU is a great team, but I think Oregon has more potential, and I think that they could lead that better.
Oregon is a very consistent team. I think they'll get past this first round, to say the least. This is their 11th straight 20-win season, so they can get it done. VCU just took second place in their Atlantic 10, their conference finals. They're on a little bit of that downhill slope at the end of the season. And Oregon was just named Pac-12 regular season champions. They're doing good. I think
Okay,
Oregon's got
but
this one against VCU.
let's pump the brakes on the Pac-12 or on the Pac-12 regular season champions. Michigan was named regular season champions, and we've seen what the hell's happened to them.
With livers out.
Coming from a Michigan fan, we've seen what can go wrong in the last 2 weeks of the season.
We shall see.
I battle between this game, and I'm rolling with the Ducks, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a toss-up.
Mostly because the VSU has got massive clamps.
The defense
Better
is what I'm writing on.
Free throw percentage. But I think Oregon gets it done.
Oregon got
VCU is normally a pretty good tourney team, though. They're always 8, 9, or 10.
Oregon got
They have some good tourney experience. And then I'm assuming we all got Iowa Great over Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that just right now. I do just want to say, too, just to add on to the Oregon game, Oregon got the shit clamped out of them by Oregon State. And unless I'm incorrect here, which I don't think I am, VCU overall plays much better defense than the Beavers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they play way better defense than the Beavers. And Oregon got clamped against them. And granted, that's just one game. But if VCU can clamp better than Oregon State would, or better than Oregon State did, I like their chances of winning the game. But yeah, I'm taking Iowa on the next one.
All right, we're moving on to the South region.
Yeah, also not a lot of upsets in that region, but it just kind of feels like the West is very top heavy, and then the rest of the teams are just
I got
mid.
that 12-5 upset, you know.
The West and the East are chalk.
Yep.
Chalk teams.
The South is where we get interesting.
The right side of the bracket's the good side.
Yeah, this will be some good games here.
I think
I think
Baylor.
This first game is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
This is actually,
we need to go into
this is Baylor's first time being a 1 seed, I believe, in the bracket.
That's not super shocking.
Really? Actually?
But that is pretty cool. But I think that one's the easy one.
This next one is more interesting. I'm interested to
Oh my
hear...
gosh. I hate this matchup so much.
I'm taking North Carolina. I'm just going to take them. They've got hot at the right point in the season. And I remember at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were saying, oh, is this going to be the first year without Duke, Kentucky, and North Carolina? And North Carolina, the second half of the season, turned it the fuck on. Finished 18-10, lost to Florida State by only 3 after beating Virginia Tech. And not only that, Notre Dame's not great, but they beat them by fucking 50 almost. They beat them by 48 in a college basketball game.
Yeah.
I'm running with the experience, Travis Trice and the Wisconsin Badgers.
I went with Wisconsin too. I did too. I thought that this was a coin toss. I really had no idea to choose.
I'm rocking with the Big Ten. I'm rocking with that POS and Brad Stevenson or whatever his name is. Can't even say it right.
I'm going with North Carolina in a close game. It was a little bit of a toss up, and Wisconsin has had a pretty hard schedule. So honestly, they're better than what we're looking at here.
It's a fucking gauntlet.
Brad Davidson, my bad. Davidson.
It's a
I'm gonna stick with North Carolina for now. Definitely a little bit of a toss up though.
North Carolina's young.
They're young, but they've been turning it on at the right time. That's the main reason I'm riding with them. Because the main thing I thought of coming into this, the biggest thing I've noticed with the Cinderella teams and all that, are the teams, the under the radar teams. They are the teams that get hot at the right time. It's the same thing too with the NFL playoffs. That's why I think it was a couple of years back, the Titans slipped in as the 6th seed in the wild. No, not the 6th seed. No, wait, it was the 6th seed in the wild card. went to Gillette, beat the Patriots because they got hot at the right time. They rode that all the way to the AFC Championship. Momentum is a real thing. North Carolina's picked up some momentum, and I think them playing Florida State as well as they did is going to give them even more momentum. They may have lost the game, but God, they played it tough. I think it'll be a good game regardless, though.
Dude, this next one actually is a little more interesting than it looks.
I'm not taking much.
This is another-
I'm taking Winthrop.
I agree.
I'm taking Winthrop.
This is another 12-5
I did too.
matchup.
I picked Winthrop too.
I'm running with Villanova.
Nova's
Villanova.
missing Colin
Winthrop is
Gillespie.
Yeah.
Winthrop is the obvious 5-12 upset in every person's bracket, and that is the exact reason why I'm not picking it.
Fair enough.
I picked Villanova, but I'll tell you this. Villanova is missing their point guard.
Yeah, Colin Gillespie. Arguably
That's
the best
huge.
player on the team.
Yep.
That's
Oh, you know
huge.
what? You're right.
So, This
Oh.
game is going to be a lot closer than people think, but I'm still picking Villanova on this one.
So
No, dude. If you give Jay Wright a whole week, the scout, Winthrop,
yeah.
let alone any team, Villanova has a massive advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just looking at Nova's first off, Colin Gillespie, yes, their starting point guard is going to be out with COVID, but their second best player, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, is still there, averaging 15.7, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, half a block. Shoots pretty well, can't really shoot the 3 ball. But one thing I wanted to say, just a little side thing, I think this is cool. Chris Archidiakono is actually on Nova. So Ryan Archidiakono's little brother made it. The more you know. Shout out Ryan Archidiakono.
No clue who that is, but sick.
Do you not remember that Villanova game-winning shot against North Carolina?
That was so sick.
That shot to Jenkins.
That was one of the best national championships I've ever seen, bro.
That shot that was passed backwards to Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Archidiakono is the one that passed it back to him.
Okay.
So the guy that had
Gotcha.
the assist
That
on
was
the
such a good game.
shot, his little brother's now at Nova.
Dude, I've rewatched that game. So good.
It's so good.
Especially the last minute.
That's how it is for most basketball games, though. Nothing matters
Facts.
up
Dude,
until the last 2
my-
minutes. All right. So on to the next one. Also, I'm glad to hear we have a 50-50 split with this one. I'm just gonna ride with it.
We have for like all of them.
Yeah,
I feel like we won't for this one. Purdue versus North Texas.
Purdue.
I've heard a lot of people shit on Purdue, but let's remember.
No, it's gonna be Purdue.
I'm
Yes, it
not
is.
high on Purdue, but they're not losing to North Texas.
They're not losing to North Texas, and let's remember, they may only be a 4 seed, but they played in the Big Ten, which I will continue to say was a fucking gauntlet.
Yeah, Big Ten is what? Are they the best conference in the bracket right now?
Bar none.
9 teams.
Yeah.
I think the second most was 7 from
7. Yeah.
Who had
I
7?
think it's
Is it the ACC?
No, it was 7. It might have been the SEC.
Is it SEC or
Nah.
It was ACC or SAC? SAC, SEC.
But
Let me actually look this up real
I
quick.
also picked Purdue. Easy pick for me.
With the most teams in March Madness. I'm actually curious on this one.
Oh, it's Big 12. I think a second.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking
Was
about
it?
Big 12.
Big 12 is the second.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. Big
it's gotta
12
be
is
Big
also
12.
a gauntlet.
Because I was looking at Texas Tech is
SEC
next.
probably has like 5 or 6.
Just the fact that the Big Ten got 9 is nuts to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to the next matchup. Texas Tech versus Utah State. I'm taking the veteran leadership in Mac McClung to lead them over Utah State.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm
I
taking
went Texas Tech.
I'm taking
I
Texas
went
Tech
Tech.
as well.
Yep.
Dangerous team, bro.
Utah
Mhm.
State. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people were picking Utah State, but I'm not.
I think the biggest thing that leads into a tournament run is experience /
2 years ago,
getting
they're
hot at the right
they're
time.
in the championship game.
Yeah.
Experience,
losing
time,
the
and
first round.
luck.
Luck of the draw. I think Utah State's a good basketball team, but I'm just going to trust in the veteran leadership of McClung to lead them on past it. hopefully the defense turns on a little bit. We have a little low scoring fucking grudge match. I'm here for it. Next up.
This one, I hate this one again.
Arkansas versus Colgate. I've seen a lot of teams taking Colgate.
This is a very hard one to discuss.
This one's gonna be crazy.
I had Colgate for about a day. And it just there's no way Moses Moody doesn't drop 50 on Colgate.
I will say that.
Colgate can score.
Completely agree.
Colgate can shoot the ball like no other team in this tournament, but
86 points.
I just
per
think
game, bro.
Arkansas has too many weapons. You can't bet against Moses Moody, not against a 14 seed. I have Arkansas.
But we've heard that story before, though. Let's think back a few years.
Arkansas just is generally just not a good tournament team. So
I kind of
say that how you will.
Both these teams have guys that can shoot threes, and regardless of who wins, it's going to be a good game for sure. And I really don't know. Arkansas is on a roll. They've won their last 11 games. They are
taking the upset.
Cruising right now. The upset is scary, bro. Average of 86 points per game. They can lay it up. I really have no idea.
Once again,
Roperti.
This is one of those games where the upset is so apparent that I don't pick it.
I'm looking back at history.
No,
for
yeah.
this. It's a
Florida
game
VT.
Well, yes.
Continue.
I'm looking back at history for this upset that I'm taking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think back 4 years, 5 years. Sorry, Roperti, to bring up sad memories, but remember, MSU, who had weapons in defense, came up against a 15-seeded Middle Tennessee State, who had the best shooter in the tournament and arguably was the best shooting team. They got that upset. I'm looking at this, and it's kind of a toss-up just because if Colgate goes ice cold, there's no chance. But if they shoot lights out, like they can, I can see them winning this. It'll be close regardless.
I'm going to side with Mac here. I'm going to pick Arkansas, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be a good game.
I think I'm the only one that's taking Colgate.
You know, for a solid couple of days, especially when Roperti and I talked about this, I really leaned towards Colgate. I really did, but I also ended up picking Arkansas. I agree.
I'll have multiple brackets for sure where this
is
going to take the win.
I was so close. Man.
I'm going to trust my gut. Next up.
Go with it, Sanch.
Florida versus Vatech. This is another good one.
I went with Florida.
You guys see Trey Mann?
Yeah, this was another toss-up, man.
Yeah, Trey Mann.
Florida's got Trey Mann, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's over, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Gators, but I also do think the Hokies can put up a fight.
I think the Gators win this game, but I have VT. I like to mix it up a little bit.
He likes to go against the crowd. He likes some spice, bro.
So
I don't know. I think that's
Virginia Tech, man. Go ahead.
I think Florida should win this game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You don't want to underestimate Virginia Tech. They were predicted to finish 11th in the ACC, and they finished 3rd.
Bro,
so I'm not underestimating.
The team just reminds me a lot of like a John Beilein team.
Facts. Roperti.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Roperti.
I also don't like Florida in the tourney.
I love the fact that you are sitting here just pulling random stats and numbers out. Like, you put in a shit ton of research for this. I like that.
I'm trying to make good picks, dog.
I'm speaking out of my ass, throwing stuff at the whiteboard and just hoping it sticks.
Next you can only do so much research though before chance kicks in.
Yeah. I don't think anyone needed research for this next game. OSU versus
Bro, I looked at Oral Roberts. I looked at the freaking name and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going with Ohio.
So we're in the Midwest region now, and we got Illinois and Drexel, and Illinois is just a beast of a team.
It's gonna be Illinois.
Nobody has played better than
nobody's
this team
gonna
in the
stop
last
Illinois.
Weeks
I don't like that
except for maybe Gonzaga. But like,
on the bright side for Michigan,
Even that Gonzaga's
I
debate
predicted
there.
Illinois to win the Big Ten tournament before it started.
yeah,
So
Illinois is
I
crazy.
also didn't. I liked Illinois' chances in that too. I did not think, just with the way Michigan was playing down the stretch, I didn't think that we were gonna win it. And Illinois kicked it up after losing to MSU. Holy fuck, they turned it on. They're gonna be terrifying.
Yep.
No
Yep.
one likes to lose to MSU.
I don't blame them. Speaking of a team that could be terrifying, we got Loyola Chicago versus Georgia Tech. I'm riding
I
with the
still
defense.
went with Georgia Tech.
Loyola Chicago has played lights
Loyola's
out defensively.
hot.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's gonna be an
I'm going
upset.
to Sister Jean.
This one's
You're
tough.
going with
man.
Sister Jean, man? I don't
Loyola
know,
Chicago,
man.
Sister
I
Jean.
like-
Loyola has
Don't
a
worry.
really Loyola always does really well in the tournament. At least first 1-2 rounds. Like I think they have this game. Georgia Tech hasn't been doing terrible. Like they won the ACC tournament championship, but like Loyola, man, I gotta go with the safe pick here.
Georgia Tech.
I
did
think
that.
Cameron Krutwig is going to have a really
Okay.
good game,
That
like he
kid's
always has.
Still there?
Cameron
What?
Krutwig.
It felt like he's been there for the last 7
Yeah.
years, dude.
He's been there for a long time.
Krutwig
he
was there when
was
they
there
made
before
their
Sister
run to the
Jean was
Final
born,
Four.
bro.
Yeah, he's been there from the 70s. That's where he gets his porn stash from.
Jeez.
Krutwig can have my babies. All right, we're
You
gonna
know,
move on
I'm
now.
just gonna have some faith in Georgia Tech here. All right, I
The
feel pretty confident with that pick.
Beavers are going to lose to Tennessee.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, I think
to-
Tennessee
I
has
really
this
want-
game.
I really want the Oregon State Beavers to pull up to 5-12.
So
I
need to
think
ask
they
you,
had a
Nick.
really nice stretch and beat Colorado. The championship. That's a game where you put $1 on it, you win 100.
Holy shit.
Mhm.
But I think their luck runs out against. I like the Tennessee, the Vols.
Volunteers.
They're playing well.
Tennessee made it to their conference tournament final and they lost to Alabama, which is not a bad team by any
Nope.
means. So I don't
that
think
not
that means
LSU?
anything.
Yeah, LSU lost to
That's what I thought.
Alabama by a deuce, I believe.
Tennessee lost in
Championships.
the semifinals. By the way, Mac, you got a little bit of echo coming back in. And now, well, actually, I need to ask real quick, Mackie.
Yeah.
So, what is it with the Michigan group chat and Oregon State? 'Cause I've never understood that.
It's just inside joke, and so the fact that they actually won against Colorado was like the best thing that ever happened to that group chat. But
They've been riding for
I don't
Oregon
think-
State for the last year.
we always say Oregon State's the best team in Oregon, and then they beat the Ducks, and they won their
And they beat the
their
Bucks.
tourney. So I don't know.
It might just be right.
You know, Texas just beat Oklahoma too, didn't they? So
Yeah.
it's
Oklahoma State,
Oklahoma
easy.
State. Oklahoma
Ride
State.
them in for the next 2 rounds.
Yeah,
Same.
Oklahoma State with, I almost said Chuba Hubbard again. I'm so used to talking Chuba Hubbard with football. With Cade Cunningham, are he is unbelievable.
I
Cade
think
is so
I think
good.
Oklahoma State has this game, but you got to be careful, man. Liberty's dangerous.
And I'm not going to discount
Dangerous
them.
13th seed.
I just think that Oklahoma State with Cade Cunningham, who's what, 6'7", in a point guard. He's got handles. He can facilitate. He's got defense. And most point guards that are that big at 6'6", 6'7", they can't shoot. Most point guards like that. This man has the ability to, off the dribble, pull up and take a three, take a mid-range. He can score inside. He can pass it out. He can rebound. He is the total package.
Mhm.
I like Oklahoma State to make a bit of a run here. And I'm undecided still because, spoiler, I'm going to have them beating Tennessee. I'm undecided if I'm going to have them moving on to the Elite Eight or not. Next matchup, San Diego State versus Syracuse.
Syracuse.
This is tough for me.
Wow.
It's another coin toss, but
Syracuse
I think Syracuse
is the last.
I think they're gonna pull
Was the
through.
last
I
four
genuinely
in,
do.
and San Diego State's hot.
They just made it past. They made it past the
They
first
just
four.
got
San
there.
Diego State is hot. Syracuse is the last four in. I like San Diego
Syracuse
State.
did beat North Carolina. But
I went with
I have San
I think
Diego
North
Syracuse
State
Carolina's
there.
over.
upset than anything. But I think they
I
have
know
more
Syracuse
potential
has some
than
key players that
was
can make this
discussed.
game interesting, but I definitely just think that
As much as I want
San Diego State
to go with Hughes and Jim Boeheim, San Diego State, who, let's remember, last year was projected to be a top seed in the tournament. I got that pulled from them. They returned almost everybody. I'm going to rock with the Aztecs, and that pains me because, the way Syracuse plays, I know that they can win. I know that they can go on a run. They've done it before.
Yeah, I have personal experience from that.
Yeah, I predicted them over you guys.
No, Syracuse is a good team, so we'll see.
It's going to be interesting. I don't think that this next game will be interesting, though. I'm thinking West Virginia over Morehead State.
Yep.
I think it might be interesting. I have West Virginia. Morehead State, I'm looking at them, bro. They've won 16 of their last 17 games. They're hot. I
West
haven't
Virginia
seen them
is
play.
on par
I have not
with
seen them play.
every other good team. OK State, they lose. West Virginia is a team that loses by 2 or 3 to very good quad one opponents, like OK State. I believe they might have lost to Baylor by 2 or 3.
They did.
That
was overtime.
A very competitive team.
What is happening?
A very competitive team. Is this me? Am I doing something bad?
You're screaming, Maki. No, that was not me. I heard it too.
Yeah,
that scared
I
the
heard it
shit
as
out
well.
of me.
That was definitely Maki.
I thought I had the
We have to
girl
cut
from.
that out.
I'll just shut it up.
Fuck it, bro. We going raw. I thought I had that girl from whatever the fuck that movie is. Like, reaching out of the TV, trying to, like, fucking
Oh my
snatch my
god,
ass
bro.
up.
Facts.
No, it was not me, man.
I thought she
swear
was
to
screaming
God.
in my ears, trying to pull me through
Let's
the
be
headset.
real. No.
I can visualize
Let's
that.
be
Oh
real,
my
bro.
god. Now you got me
let's
thinking
be
about that.
real. Like, Maki has the girliest voice here. Like, come on.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
I don't know who the fuck has a higher voice, him or Roperti.
He definitely has a higher pitched voice.
Hey, come on now, guys. Let's not do this.
Yeah,
right?
okay,
Come on,
Roperti.
come on. All right, we got our next matchup here. We got Clemson
fucking
and
voice changer.
Rutgers.
Oh my
I'm taking
God.
Rutgers.
It's not even a voice changer. Oh god.
I also went with Rutgers. I agree.
I'm taking the Scarlet Knights. This is more so a pick with my heart. Rutgers recently has just become the second or third team that I choose to ride with. Just because, I mean, who the fuck hates Rutgers?
Well,
You're telling me you
Rutgers.
hate Rutgers?
I don't know about this matchup is tough. I don't know, man. I don't know who I want
but I
here.
think that this is a big coin flip. I think I just decided which color I liked more, to be honest. When it
I
came
do
to this
agree
one.
that it's a coin flip. However, the thing that I will repeat until the day that it's fucking false, the Big Ten's a gauntlet, and all things considered, Rutgers performed decently well in the Big Ten. They went 15-11.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they went in conference play, but the teams that they lost to are teams that they should, and they beat Illinois, which I'm going to factor in. Lost to OSU by 12, Iowa by 2, MSU by a lot, OSU by 11, Wisconsin 6, lost to Penn State, which isn't great. They went on to win 4 straight, lost to Iowa, lost to Michigan by only 7, which is good for them. But, then they're weird because they lose to Nebraska. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to pick with my heart here. I'll probably be wrong, but let's be real. I'm not getting a perfect bracket. And I'm just going to pick for the next one, Houston.
Hey, Houston got this. I don't know. They have Cleveland State will put up some points, but Houston's got it easy.
I think if this was like if they were playing a team like Oakland instead, then I feel like it would be closer because Oakland plays really good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan fans would know. But Houston's been fucking phenomenal this season. As long as the kid with the man bun isn't there anymore, we're good.
Oh my god, that poor guy, man. He was the player of the
Ray.
night that day. Let's be real.
He was the player of the night until Jordan Poole slapped his Simba ass schlong on the fucking table and said, "I'm here."
He was the player of the night, but my god, that was an incredible shot.
His brother was the player of the night. Stupid in the stands, rocking his same man bun.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Matching man buns, bro. Imagine.
I'm just saying, if my little sister doesn't do that for me, whoo, holy.
All right,
That's some love right there.
we're moving on to the East. I'm taking Michigan, but I just want to say real quick.
Yeah.
I am kind of scared for if Texas Southern wins, because Texas Southern is always a team that puts up fucking points. And if Michigan shoots like they have the last, week and a half, basically, I'm scared for that game. I'm rooting for Mount St.
And
Mary in
without
that
livers.
so hard. Exactly. I'm rooting for Mount St. Mary over Texas Southern so fucking hard. If Texas Southern wins, I'm actually going to be kind of nervous.
I think even if they do win, I think we'll be all right. That's the thing. Although we don't have livers, I think we'd be okay.
I think we will too.
How long is he out? Is that injury or COVID?
Injury. He's got an ankle fracture? Is that what it is?
Oh, I think I
Stretch
was watching that
fracture.
game.
Stretch.
I don't think he'll
stretch
be back for
fracture.
the
Thank
tournament.
Gotcha.
I
If he
think he'll
does, it'll be
try.
I think he comes back, but I think he comes back with his 216.
I think so too. I think so too.
But is it fair, my kind of reason for being scared of Texas Southern? They score a lot.
No, it
Score
is
a
fair.
lot.
It's completely fair.
And we have not played well.
But if
stretch.
Michigan's the second one seed in history to lose to a 16 seed, I'll be pissed.
That would be our luck.
It would be.
Guys will be fine. Quit your whining.
Shut up.
We'll be yeah, whatever. At least we have a spot in the
B-pone,
tournament.
bro.
Stay
Be
boy.
realistic.
B-pone.
Be
Yeah,
realistic.
come on now. Be realistic, guys.
B-pone is
Come on now.
realistic.
Come on now.
No, it's not. Don't give in. Michigan by
7. Michigan by
20.
7 over Texas Southern. All right, next matchup, LSU versus St. Bonaventure. This is interesting for me. This is actually really interesting.
This is gonna be a good game. I think LSU is a dangerous 8 seed, and I hope they win because I think they can cause some trouble for Michigan. So I
think
picked LSU here.
Bonaventure is a dangerous 9 seed.
It's a really good matchup, and I'm going with the team of more experience, better resume, and that's LSU. But I think the Bonnies are dangerous. I'd rather play St. Bonaventure for sure. As a Michigan fan,
May I ask
I think
why
LSU's
on that
going to win. Well, LSU, I think they got to have a little false sense of confidence now. They came within 2 in the SEC championship against Bama, who is a quality 2 seed, the best 2 seed, the number 5 net ranking. I think they have some swagger going right now. I don't want to play LSU, but I think also LSU has. Actually, no. I actually would rather play LSU. I like LSU against Bonaventure for that reason, but LSU just does not have the size
That's what I was thinking.
to compete with Michigan. Their highest, I think, their tallest dude is 6'9", and we have 3 players, Hunter, Austin Davis, and Franz, that are all 6'9" or above. So actually, I think I'd rather play LSU than Bonaventure, but I do have LSU beating Bonaventure just because of reasons I just mentioned before.
I have LSU beating St. Bonaventure as well. I do think it could be a tough matchup, though. And I do agree, though, when it comes down to it, Michigan has the size over LSU. And I think Hunter Dickinson, at the end of the day, is going to bully them. We'll talk about that later, though. Colorado, Georgetown. This is another popular upset pick.
Mm-hmm. Georgetown rolled through the Big East tournament. They're on a roll, Colorado. lost
Still picked
in their
Colorado.
Pac-12 tournament finals. This is definitely going to be an interesting game.
I think being coached by Patrick Ewing helps.
I think Colorado's got this one, but I see the upset. 100%.
For me, it's
I
weird
pick
that
Colorado.
Georgetown, like, they play like ass for majority of the season. They went into the Big East tournament at 9-12. Or no, sorry. I think it was 10-12 actually. Whatever. Beat Marquette, beat Nova, beat Seton Hall, and then fucking rolled over Creighton. And I need to know in this Nova game if Calispi was injured. Because if he wasn't, then that may play a role. Okay, he was out. So that would explain that. I think I'm going to roll with the Buffs. But fuck, Georgetown. I can see them making a mini run. I could see them being like a UConn from when Kemba was there.
All right, we got our next matchup, Florida State and Greensboro.
UNC, Greensboro.
Florida State.
I'm going to roll Florida
Florida
State.
State.
I think Florida State is a potential Sweet 16 matchup against Michigan.
Florida
I think
State.
so too,
I
actually.
think we'll see them.
I think so too.
Florida
I
State
think that'd be a
shoots the
great
ball
game
really
too.
well. And they
A
always
rematch
have
from a couple
good-ass
years ago.
wing defenders. Ooh.
It's
Wait,
a good
hold-
one. BYU versus the winner of MSU UCLA.
I feel like I should say this real quick.
Sanch. Yeah.
Just because I'm getting free agency alerts on ESPN. Shout out ESPN. Just want to get thoughts here real quick. Corey Davis, former Titans wide receiver, former Western Michigan receiver, just signed a 3-year, $37.5 million deal with the Jets.
Rip his career.
I think that could help
Ooh.
Sam Darnold if they choose to keep him. Or you got a new weapon for Zach Wilson. They needed receivers, goddammit. Their best one was...
I think this is interesting. I want to talk a little bit about the Michigan State UCLA matchup because
I'm
I think
just
this
gonna
is going to be an interesting one.
I'm going to go out and say I think MSU wins this game against UCLA.
Yeah.
I think MSU wins too, but I think no matter what, I think BYU is going to beat Michigan State if they do win.
That's
I have
right.
faith.
It's like the
I have
bipolar
faith
cousin.
in my team. I know for sure they'll beat. What?
The
bipolar cousin?
Don't question
Yeah.
him.
MSU is like the bipolar cousin that you see at the family gatherings.
Oh
You
my
never know what
god!
they're gonna do.
Oh my god.
No, that's so facts.
That's
The one with
fucking
It's
multiple
like the cousin
personalities.
that they either choose to be bisexual or bipolar. MSU chose to be bipolar. But let's see what version comes out against UCLA.
No, UCLA has lost their last 4 games of the regular season.
I think
and then
MSU
they'll
beats
do well.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Sure about I have BYU in the bracket, but I would not be surprised if MSU won that game. I'm like pretty 50-50 on it.
People are upset.
But I'm pretty confident about Texas, so
People are upset
I'm
that
just
Michigan
gonna click
State
Texas.
was placed in the first 4 because they beat like 2 of the number 1 seeds in the bracket. They got a couple big games, but quite honestly, as a Michigan State fan, I can say that it's completely fair. Michigan State, I can say as a Michigan State fan, we sucked, and quite honestly, regardless of our big wins, like we pretty much deserve to be there. But I think we beat UCLA, and we do have the potential to beat BYU. And I'm saying if Michigan State beats UCLA, they also beat BYU.
So I have a really hard time deciding for this game. Because I remember, Roperti, I don't know if you remember this conversation, but I said that MSU is one of those teams that I could see making a run to the Sweet 16 simply based on how their defense picked up at the later of the season. Or at the
I'm
latter
telling
of
you,
the
bro.
season.
Izzo turns it on in March, but I don't know.
You say that, but you guys lost
Yeah,
twice in 5
I-
games to Maryland.
all right, Texas, Albion, Christian.
Oh,
Albion
wait,
Christian's a
I
really good
still haven't
team.
made- I
Texas
still
is
haven't made my
better.
pick yet. I still haven't made my pick yet.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I think I am gonna roll with
Bachelor's on
BYU,
60,
but
60.
fuck
Nah,
dude,
Michigan
MSU
State's
can
got
win
it, bro.
MSU can
We got
win
it,
and
we
that's
got
what
it.
scares
I
me.
think
taking
I
them
think they
against-
have potential, but do you think that they're gonna win the next round? Do you think that they're gonna
Let's not worry. Let's just go
Go
one round
that
at a
far?
time.
Like,
let's go
let's-
one
let's
round,
go
one
one at a
round
time,
at a
let's go one
time.
at a
All
time.
right.
let's just think
Michigan
about that
State's
future for
got
a second,
BYU
Roperti.
in the
I don't think
bag.
Michigan
No.
State's gonna go very far, no matter what.
They got. Hey, listen, get your bias out of here, all right? They
No,
got BYU.
because then either way, if they do win, right,
I
we
think
got to
MSU
think about who
can
they'd
make
be
a
playing
run,
after.
but fuck. MSU got a
I don't
tough
think they're gonna
road.
get far.
They got a
The
tough
point
road
is-
if they
the
They
point
win.
do.
is-
They got a hard one. They got a
Yeah,
hard
this
one.
this is
It's
bullshit.
rocky.
This schedule. Okay, we deserve it though, but this schedule is complete bullshit.
Bruh, I don't want to hear it. We're a 1 seed.
Anyways.
Against the 16 seed of Texas Southern.
There's some packed teams down here, bro. The East is ridiculous.
Yeah,
God.
fact.
The East, no, bottom of the East is ridiculous. The top of the East is
Yeah,
like,
Michigan's chilling, bro. They're just
chump
yeah,
change.
yeah.
We might
for
be
sure.
chilling till like the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Nah.
oh,
even
yeah,
have
That'll be
no.
Christian's a really
No,
good
honestly, no.
that'll
I
be
think yeah,
Christian's
no,
a
for
really
sure.
good 14 seed, but Texas will beat them.
yeah.
I love Texas.
Now, UConn versus
UConn,
Maryland. I can't.
UConn is a sleeper.
Yeah, I'm going with
And
Maryland.
Maryland is
I got
playing-
Maryland on this one. 100%.
I cannot go
far.
for
Yeah,
Mike
this is
Turdbin.
hard.
I cannot go for. Sorry, not Mike. Mark Turdbin. No.
Mark Turdbin. Yeah, I don't like that guy because he gossips like a little 12-year-old.
This man
So I'm
tried
going
walking
to
up on a
go
dude
with
from
the
the south
Huskies.
side of Chicago who's 6'11". How the fuck did you think that was gonna go? Get Maryland the fuck up out.
Oh, you're picking UConn?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
I'm
sticking with
picking
Maryland.
UConn,
I'm sticking with Maryland.
And I
UConn.
think we can all agree on
Right.
Bama.
Bama, Iona.
I think.
Yeah.
My
You guys see the
question is-
Bama LSU game where they won by 1 point? Oh, that was such a good game.
I think I might have been at the. When was that game? Oh, that was Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I was gone. I had to get home.
You guys
for
want to go
4:30.
through?
Second round?
You guys,
Well, let's. I think we're
You're
capping off
maybe
at about
like-
an hour here. I think we should watch the game, see how
On
it turns out, and then we can.
Bro.
What do you guys
You
think?
guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really struck because I picked Maryland. I didn't pick UConn, and then against Bama. If
Mhm.
Maryland and Bama go off, I don't know who I'm gonna pick. If I'm being honest, like that's the one pick I'm really.
Nah, Bama was solid, bro.
Repair.
Like I know Bama's
Alright,
like
should we-
Bama,
should we,
but like if Maryland were to get to Michigan, that'd be some weird blood.
We're riding this puppy out till the end because that was the original
Yeah.
plan.
Right now, I have Bama going, but it's just like that could go either way for me.
Let me say this.
How long do you want this bad boy to be?
Until we're done.
I think we should go to the Final Four.
Ooh,
Or Final
okay.
Fours.
I think we can kind of speed through the rest of this.
Okay, I'm down. Sure.
I say we can all
So back
kind
up
of
at the
run through
West?
our second rounds.
We already talked about all the teams, so we can just kind of go through
Facts.
matchup wise.
Yeah.
So I have.
All right.
I feel like let's run. So second round West. I'll say mine, and then someone else can jump in, and then someone else.
Mhm.
And we'll do that for all the rest of them up until we hit the Final Four, and then we discuss more. Just because I feel like the first episode shouldn't be 2 hours, and I know Maki, you want to get to your bachelor.
Damn, I feel like such a baby. Baby back bitch.
So for the second round in the West, I'm gonna take Gonzaga. I think Virginia's best players will hopefully be back by then. Maybe it'll be about a week.
I have
week and a half.
Virginia.
I'll take Virginia in that. I don't know
I
if
also
I
have
like
Gonzaga, Virginia.
USC or Kansas more.
Give me USC.
I also
I'm-
have USC.
I'm feeling that as
I
well.
I have
with
USC and Iowa.
And then
See,
Yeah,
I
I
went
got
with
it.
Zaga
Yep.
Creighton, and I went with Kansas, Oregon. I'm going a completely different direction than you guys are.
I kind of like Iowa as well. But the scary
I
part
got-
about Iowa is if Luka Garza goes cold, they're fucked.
Dude, Iowa's a
Gonzaga,
good
UVA.
freaking team, bro. Iowa's got Oregon.
Gonzaga, UVA, USC, Iowa. Those are my
Yep, Gonzaga,
Sweet 16s.
UVA, USC, Iowa.
Same.
You know what? Let's
Me
finish
over
off
here.
the.
My whole bracket is different from your guys', so we're not gonna talk about it.
You know what? Let's finish off the
Nah,
West, and
there's
then we'll
no
move to
wrong
the
answers.
South.
What you talking
And then
No,
about?
I know,
Midwest and
man.
then
I'm
East.
telling you, I just
There's no bad bracket.
You know,
Your
I know.
bracket's probably gonna be better.
None of us are going to be right.
I just think that there are going to be a lot more upsets this year, and I think
Mhm.
I don't want to go by seed. But
I
at the
want
same
it to be
time,
known too. I was very close to saying VCU over Iowa, but
really,
I kind of just I like VCU.
No,
And my
that no,
thought is,
I
if Luka
Go ahead.
Garza gets shut, we've seen what happens with Iowa when Luka Garza gets shut down. So I think VCU could be the type of team because they play good defense to shut down Iowa
Mhm.
and Luka Garza. Maybe not Iowa entirely, but Luka Garza. And we all know that offense runs through Luka Garza. You know what? I'm going to be ballsy. I'm taking VCU over Iowa.
all right. You go for
Go
it,
for it,
Poppy.
bro.
You go for it.
I'm talking myself into it. If Luka Garza can get shut down, I think VCU is going to take it. However, I feel like we should run through the Sweet 16 and then the Elite 8 and then move on to the next side. I think USC beats
Oh, you want to take all
VCU
the?
for me.
So I've. Go ahead.
And then Gonzaga UVA is interesting to me. Because by this point, Virginia will 100% have all their players back. And they'll be relatively rested. But just because of COVID, I
Mhm.
don't know how they'll do. So I'll take Gonzaga there.
You know, I think you guys are really underestimating Kansas here. I think you're really underestimating them. I think they're gonna. I have them going all the way to the Sweet or into the Elite Eight. To be honest, I have them going against Zaga.
And that's
Very
valid. Kansas is a
possible.
good team. Yeah, for sure. Not underestimating them by any means. They're a good team. 100%
Oh, I'm
chance.
not either. I just kind of like USC in the tournament.
USC is playing well right now.
They are a great team.
But I'm taking Gonzaga to the
Gonzaga.
Final Four.
Yeah,
Gonzaga,
Gonzaga's.
Iowa, Gonzaga wins the Final
I have
Four.
Zaga against Baylor, man. I got them for that championship match. I think. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna be like.
Oh, well, that's interesting because I'm. You know what? Let's move on to the second round of the South. Someone else walk through what they have first.
All right, the South. I have Baylor playing Nova in the Sweet 16, and then I have Texas Tech playing OSU.
I have Baylor playing Purdue. That's the only difference we have, Roperti, is I did not go with. I went with Winthrop. I did not go with
I
Nova.
have I got Baylor versus the Wildcats, and I got Arkansas and OSU. Although I've been very, very, very tempted to put Texas Tech there, but I think I'm rolling with Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas is on a roll. 100%. I get that.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've won their last 11 games. They're crazy right now.
What's your guys' Elite Eight looking like?
Elite 8.
I haven't even figured that part out. All I know
Baylor
is
for sure.
Baylor,
Baylor's for
absolutely.
sure.
I have Baylor OSU for South.
As do I.
I feel like Baylor will be in the Elite Eight. I have Winthrop beating Purdue, by the way.
Dude, Texas Tech's defense is insane.
I'm taking
They go
Texas Tech over
hard on the
OSU.
defense. That's yeah.
I don't want to.
I'm going to take Texas Tech over Baylor.
To the Final Four.
Wow.
Listen
That's
to
a
me real quick.
big jump, Sanch.
Baylor, hear me out. And I know a lot of other people won't agree.
Mhm.
But Baylor, in the second half of the season, and I'm not saying they weren't winning games, because they were. But they started playing worse after they had 5 straight games either canceled or postponed. They came back, almost lost to Iowa State, lost to Kansas by 13, beat West Virginia by 5 in a slugfest, beat Oak State, beat Texas Tech by 5, beat Kansas State by 6, who keep in mind is not great, and then lost to Oak State by 9. They lost in the Big 12 semifinals, and again, since they had those postponements / cancellations, they've played worse. It is ballsy as fuck, but I'm
I agree
taking
with everything you're
McClung
saying.
and the Red Raiders.
You know,
I agree everything you're saying with Texas Tech, but I think OSU outshoots them in the Sweet 16, and if I think the Baylor Texas Tech matchup, I actually might agree. I might edge towards Texas Tech if that was the matchup. I just think Texas Tech gets beaten by OSU.
For me, it's going to come down to the defense. Can Tech clamp OSU because OSU allows
OSU is no
96
clamps.
points. Yeah, they allow 96 points per
Yeah.
100 possessions. Texas Tech allows 85. They clamp. OSU is net rated a little better. They have a little better strength of schedule. They shoot the hell out of the ball. But let's be real. OSU and what we've seen from them shooting
It's
wise.
Dwayne Washington versus the world.
Yep. And for me, the way OSU's been shooting the last few games for them, that cannot be sustained. That can't. They've been shooting 50% or something like that over the last 5 games. That can't be sustained.
So, Maki, you have OSU and Baylor. Who you got then?
I thought long and hard about this because a lot of experts have OSU, Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
or other combination the Final Four. I'm going with the Bears, but I do not like them in the Final Four. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say.
Imagine if Michigan and Ohio State playing the damn national championship.
I want that though.
I don't think I don't know, man. Michigan State beat Ohio State, and I was watching that game, and I really just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll beat
Yeah,
Texas.
Ohio State looks so bad in that game.
Yeah, they look bad.
State's
They got the shit
Ohio
kicked out of them.
State. Ohio State is such a bull Final Four pick for me because they could easily make it, but they could also easily lose, literally in the Sweet 16.
That's why I have
see,
them
I
out
have-
of the Sweet
Second round.
16. If they
I
play
have
anything
Texas
like
Tech
they
and
did
Baylor,
against
and that's
MSU,
such-
they're done.
Yeah.
And I just like Texas
agree.
Tech matched up against Baylor better.
You guys want to go to the Midwest?
Yes. Roberto, you kicked off the last one, right?
I did, yeah.
All right. Carly or Mackie? I don't care who.
Dude, I don't know who I'm picking, bro.
For Elite Eight
wanna
or
go?
for
Yes. No, just
I'm
run
so
through-
sorry. What
Sweet
we're
16.
going?
run through. Okay, so in the Midwest,
Mhm.
run through your
Yep.
second round, Sweet 16, and then Elite 8 tells you got in the Final Four.
Damn. Okay, I'll just start with Sweet 16. I went with Illinois versus Oklahoma State. Then I did West Virginia and Houston, and then in my Final Four or my Elite Eight, I went with Illinois, Houston, and then I had Illinois beating Houston. It's
I'm gonna run through. This is the most interesting region in the entire
It is.
tournament.
Oh, by a
Mhm.
mile.
Mhm.
I have Illinois, OK State, and I really, really wanted to choose OK State over Illinois for a hot minute, but I'm rocking with the Illini. This is a weird pick for me. I have San Diego State beating West Virginia
Kinda
and
like
beating
that.
Houston.
Wow.
I
San Diego
kinda
State
like that,
beating West
actually.
Virginia and Houston. And I have Illinois beating San Diego State in the Elite Eight, and Illinois will advance to the Final Four. That's my take.
So,
West Virginia
This is such
West
a hard
Virginia
region.
has proven time and time again that they're an amazing basketball team that cannot win a close game.
and San Diego State's gonna play them in a close game.
Yeah, San Diego State is better free throw percentage, better defensive efficiency, better shooting percentage. Not to mention they literally have a higher net ranking than West Virginia.
Oh
So,
my God, this is tough.
Say
For me.
that too.
The Houston San Diego State game. Even
I just don't like. I don't like. I don't like Houston very much. I'm not gonna make you change your mind on anything. I don't like Houston though. That's the only thing. I'm
Yeah.
not a big Houston
So
stan.
let me run through my shit real quick. I got Illinois over Loyola Chicago, but I think that'll be a closer game than some people may think. Obviously, I have Oak State over Tennessee. I do agree with you on San Diego State over West Virginia because that defense and the net rating is just what's kind of holding me to San Diego State. I have Houston over Rutgers. Like I said, I think Rutgers will get an upset win, but I don't think they can carry it. I have Oak State over Illinois, and it's such a ballsy pick, but I think for this game, I think I'm going to go with the best player on the court,
Mhm.
Cade Cunningham. And then I have San Diego State over Houston. And now is where I just decide, am I going balls to the walls? Am I going with the best player on the court, or am I going with the fucking experience in San Diego State?
Don't just go with player, go with team. You
But
gotta put everything in there.
Oak State for me seems like the kind of team where like if Cade Cunningham isn't on, they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, that's true. But it's the same with Michigan and Livers. Like I think Michigan can go far, but without Livers, it doesn't.
Yeah, Cade is their team. They have I just looked at this, and they have 5 players averaging 9 or more, 2 players averaging 11 or more, and only Cade averaging 20. I'm going with San Diego State. I can't get it out of my head that, and I think so. My main reason behind Oak State over Illinois is that game's going to be a fucking shootout, regardless. And I think it'll just come down to who's the best player that can get their team to win. And then Oak State versus San Diego State. San Diego State plays really good defense, and they have more than just one player who can get it done.
Mhm.
So if any of their top guys get shut down, they're probably going to have someone else to go to. And again, I can't get that thought. Like they went 23-4. They're a fantastic team. And they don't average that many points. They only average 74 a game. But shit, they clamp. They force a lot of turnovers.
I'll go through my Sweet 16 and my Elite 8 real quick. So I have Illinois beating Oak State, and I have San Diego State losing to Houston. That one's a toss-up. I might change that one later, but for now I have San Diego State beating Houston. Elite 8 of Illinois and San Diego State. Illinois moving on to the Final Four to play Texas Tech.
Oh, wait, I missed that you had Texas Tech in your Final Four.
Yes.
I like that pick.
All right. To the East.
Maki, Michigan.
Who wants to run through?
Take it away.
Okay. So, Michigan, LSU. I got Michigan. Colorado versus FSU. Easily could be Georgetown, depending on how that 5-12 goes. I think FSU still wins that game. BYU, Texas, or MSU, Texas. I like in Texas. UConn, Bama. I'm liking Bama. Texas, Alabama. I'm high on the Longhorns at the moment. I got Texas beating Bama, and then Michigan, FSU. This is I think this is gonna be the toughest game for Michigan in the tournament. I have them winning it. I got Michigan, Texas, and I got Texas advancing to the Final Four.
Gotcha.
Mine's similar, except replace Texas with Bama.
Yeah, so I have Michigan beating Florida State, and I have this is going to be a game, but I have Bama beating Texas. Now listen, I think if Bama beats Texas and play Michigan, Bama wins. But I think if Texas plays Michigan, I think Michigan can actually beat Texas.
I think so too.
I think that's a big one. But I have Michigan and Bama going to the Elite 8, and I have Bama beating Michigan to move on to the Final Four.
Maki, sir.
I do too, Roperti. Oh my God, same
away from your mouth.
Get out of here.
So obviously, I like being a little spicy with my brackets, as you guys have seen.
Mhm.
I don't like being boring with my bracket. I would rather be wrong.
The tournament is
and be
not boring, so
boring.
there's nothing wrong with that.
So the way I have it going up is Michigan beats LSU because, again, LSU doesn't have a big. Hunter Dickinson is just going to post hook the shit out of them the whole game. Florida State over Colorado. That could go either way, though. I kind of like Colorado more in it, but I'm just going to roll with the punches. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going Colorado over Florida State. I have BYU over Texas. BYU is a sleeper. IMO. And they gave Gonzaga by far the hardest fight that they've had in a game. They had Gonzaga on the ropes in the West Coast Conference Championship, and they just blew the game. They blew the game. That's really what it came down to. BYU is a hell of a fucking team. I have Bama over UConn. I don't like the fact that Alabama's now good in basketball and football. I really want to take UConn in there.
Spoiler alert.
But I'm not.
Spoiler alert. They're not going to win.
Who, UConn?
Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
It can't happen, bro. It can't happen. I can't have someone be a basketball and football school, bro. I refuse. I'm going to manifest it that it won't happen. I don't even care who they beat.
I
Mackey's
am
gonna
as
create
well.
witchcraft to stop that, bro.
I'm manifesting that it won't happen either because I have them losing in the Sweet 16 to BYU.
Villain origin story.
And then I have Michigan over Colorado. And then this is the
Buffs.
game. This is the game where I think I'm going to be challenging with most. Part of me wants to take BYU, but it's weird because I'll have 3 fucking 6 seeds in the Final Four. What? Dude, I just like the 6 seeds. The 6 seeds in this
I have
tournament.
2 1-6 matchups in the Elite Eight. I got Baylor and Texas Tech, and I got Illinois and San Diego State. You know,
I have 3
I'm pretty
1-6 and a
chalk.
4-6.
I'm pretty chalk. I have a 1-2, a 1-2, a 1-6, and a 1-3. Pretty chalk.
My thing is
It's
with
okay.
the 6 seeds this year is that all of them are very good. San Diego State has the experience in the defense. Texas Tech has the leadership, and they can score. USC has the big, and they have a team built around them. And BYU is just all around solid. Oh, this is tough for me. Because at this point, it's, am I picking with my heart? Or am I picking with my head?
Because just remember, this is college basketball, and anything can happen. March Madness, bro. Just go with your gut. Go with your first instinct.
I think that
Don't overthink it.
we have a week. Michigan has a week until they play. And I think Juwan Howard can get the boys to play with Brandon Johnson instead of Livers. And at this point, we'll be rolling without Livers. I don't think we win the championship, but I will take us over BYU. I think it'll be extremely close. Extremely close.
Michigan's got to get a bracket.
We do.
They really do.
The Final Four is
Really do.
fuck. So what's
right.
everyone's Final Four?
So what's your Final Four, Sanchez? You go first, sir.
Okay.
I insist. Okay.
I got Gonzaga versus Michigan, so 1 versus 1. And then I have Texas Tech versus San Diego State, so 6 versus 6.
6v6. That's crazy.
They're both good.
I got a Gonzaga Texas matchup, and I got a Baylor Illinois matchup.
I
Chalk.
like that.
I'm rethinking my Bama win against Michigan, bro. Michigan's hot. Even as much as I don't like them,
We're not hot,
you guys are
Dude,
hot, bro.
Roperti, we have not been doing well, and with Livers
Listen,
out, like,
here's my Final Four.
whew.
I got Gonzaga playing Bama, and I got Texas Tech playing Illinois.
I just want to point out too,
I like that.
Illinois could easily make the Final Four, but I think out of all the teams in their bracket, Oklahoma State has the best chance to beat them, and I just think it'll happen. But I could easily see Illinois being here.
My Michigan heart really wants to put them in the Final Four, but I think Bama would be.
I see it.
I know the Bama-Michigan toss-up, especially if we have Livers back at that point.
I don't think we will.
But if I were to do that, then everyone in my Final Four would be a 1 seed.
You guys got to have some depth,
too
man.
good
If y'all can't play with that one player, man, you don't deserve to be in the Final Four.
I mean, we do have depth.
Yeah.
And
I
let's
don't think
be
it's
real.
really that.
Johns looked good. He looked better
He
than I
did.
thought he would.
He did look good. A little
All right.
butterfingery, but
I feel like too, Johns brings the defense
Yeah.
as well. He brings the defense, and if we
literally,
the point of a basketball game is score more than the other team, and if they can't score,
they just need to stop slowing down and stop watching their teammates shoot and actually rebound for the ball, bro.
Yeah,
Like they need to
facts.
start moving.
Hunter Dickinson,
They
get on
sit
the
there and
boards.
watch the other team.
All right. I'm gonna disclose my Final Four. I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
What you got,
Go
man?
watch your Bachelor.
Okay. All right. I got the Zags advancing to the national title game, and I got the Fighting Illini advancing to the title game.
I have the same championship game as Maki.
And I can't have Gonzaga, all the teams that have gone without losing for the entire season and the tournament. I just don't think they're up to par. This is a bold take, but I got the Fighting Illini as a national champions bracket. I could fully see Gonzaga pulling it out. And the sad thing is, Sanchez, just a little bit ago, just like a day ago, I had Illinois losing to OK State, and I've just been thinking about it, man. I don't know, man. Illinois embarrassed us without their best player. They have the
But
swag.
I also feel like they were playing better without their best player.
I just posted on his IG a picture of him with the Big Ten trophy looking like Kobe, and I'm scared.
I'm so conflicted because I watched them play at Michigan State, bro, and they played like dog water. I'm just
wait, was that with AO or was that without?
I honestly couldn't tell you, but this I'm tempted to put in Illinois here for the national championship, but that scares me just because I've only seen them play one game. I'll have to watch a little bit, but this matchup is definitely interesting. I don't think, like Maki was saying, I really don't think Gonzaga's up to par. And honestly, I have them in my championship game, but I'll be quite surprised if they make it this far.
That's also the thing that I've been kind of tossing up is I think Gonzaga straight up can lose in the Sweet 16 to Virginia. Straight up.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Dude.
Would Michigan be able to beat Zaga? That's the thing that I
could.
I think
we could.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like, you guys make me switch around my shit.
Because let's talk about this real quick. Because the Final Four is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, and I truly believe this, especially more so with basketball than football, sound defense wins championships. Majority of the time. The one time I'll say, probably the fuck not, when Villanova beat us because they were just head and shoulders above everyone else, and they played competition throughout the whole season.
Yep. Noah was ready.
That's why I have Texas Tech going so far, because they're freaking defense.
Yep. Same thing with me in San Diego State. Same thing. Reason why I have USC in the Elite Eight. They're a good defensive basketball team.
I'm going to put my little Michigan heart out there, and I'm going to say Zaga, Michigan, Baylor, Illinois. I think that's what I'm going to go with for my Final Four. Yeah. All one. Which, honestly, the more I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if Gonzaga got out early in Sweet 16. I think he might be right.
I have 1-2-6-1 right now.
It's hard for me not to pick Virginia, dude.
There's so many things.
You guys really suck because you make me overthink my whole bracket. I'll be so like, yeah, this is gonna work, and then I'm like, damn, they got me.
This is it's interesting, and with my Final Four, how it's set up. Mm-hmm. I could kind of see Michigan beating Gonzaga, and my reasoning for that, and I know people listening will be like, oh, that's so fucking stupid. Michigan's blown. Gonzaga's
I don't think
been
it's
great.
Stupid. I hate Michigan, and I still think that's a possibility.
The reason why I say Michigan can, and I think will, beat Gonzaga is just, again, ignore the first half of the season, or not the first half, ignore like the first 7 games, because for every team, the first 7 games really didn't mean shit. Yeah. Michigan went to overtime against goddamn Oakland. MSU went on a 6-1 run in the first 7 games. That first 7 games of the season does not mean shit, especially with COVID. No one knew what the fuck was going on, and I'm willing to bet the offseason was not how you would think it would be for any other team. And the season itself didn't play out like it should have for any other team. For example, I think the best way that we could have seen Gonzaga was if they would have played Baylor. But that got canceled. They beat a good Kansas team. And they beat a good West Virginia team. They beat a good Iowa team. And they beat Virginia. Their first 7 games, they went 7-0. After that, they played nobody. That's the biggest thing that's telling me that, this may not end well for them. And even then, against BYU, in that last game, in the tournament game, BYU played Gonzaga tough as shit. And they showed Gonzaga is vulnerable.
We'll see, man. This is
really difficult. This is going to be a fun year,
dude,
though.
I feel like COVID has caused so many problems too, especially like with the whole Baylor situation. I don't know, man. I'm sticking with the Illini for now. We'll see what happens. Sanchez, who do you have winning it all?
So I'm taking Michigan over Zaga. I'm talking myself
All
into
right.
it. My little
So you got
Michigan
Michigan.
heart.
Charlie,
Texas
what about
Tech.
you? Who do you got winning it?
I don't have them
I
winning at all. I don't
I
think.
have Baylor winning. I think Baylor's gonna
All right. Sanchez,
win.
you said you don't have Michigan winning it all? Who do
I
you have
don't
winning it
know
all?
yet. So my
That's
final.
tough. That's tough.
I just picked him over Zaga in the Final Four.
Mhm.
I think I like San Diego State, the team play and the defense over Texas Tech. That'll be a really good game, though. And at the end of the day, it's gonna. And keep in mind, I could be completely wrong. I'm taking this spicy. I think it could be Michigan versus San Diego State. And then here, I could be completely wrong too. Michigan could legit lose in the Sweet 16.
No, you got.
No,
Well,
they
hold on. You got San Diego State in the Final Four.
I got San Diego State in the title game.
Wow,
Holy
that's
crap.
bold.
Take a look.
Hey, them
take a look
6 seeds
back
are
at
scary though.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They are all good. Let me pull
I don't
this
think they'll
up
make
real
it
quick.
that far, but I get where you're coming from.
Let me pull this up real quick. There's a Google question that says, "Is San Diego State dangerous?" Love that. I want to
Guess that
find
makes sense.
the team that scored the most points on them. Just real quick to put it in perspective. The team that scored the most points against San Diego State was BYU, who, keep in mind, is a very good basketball team. They averaged, well, let me find this. BYU as a team averaged 78 a game. San Diego State, and this is the most that they allowed, 72. San Diego State is a hell of a team.
I don't think they beat Illinois. I'm just saying.
I don't have them playing Illinois. I don't have them playing Illinois.
Oak State, either
Yeah.
way.
That's
Okay,
why.
it's more probable with Oak State, but I don't know, man.
That's
I
why.
don't know. I think Oak State's got even if somehow Oak State beats Illinois. I think they got it still. But hey, I respect that pick.
And you know what?
Don't let me convince you otherwise, man. Don't let me
No,
convince you otherwise.
Sanchez, go with
Let's-
your gut,
I'm
man.
not changing at this point.
And who do you have winning, Sanch?
San Diego State.
Wow.
I think with just how this year has been, everyone's saying, oh, it's Michigan, Baylor, Gonzaga, and then a drop-off. And the more I look at it, and the more I kind of look at the teams involved in the tournament, the more I see, hey, this isn't just 3 teams or 4 teams and then a bottomless pit. If the teams get the right matchups, they can fucking pull it out. And again, I'm sticking with the mantra of defense wins championships. And I also think in March Madness, experience a lot of times wins championships. And while Michigan does have the experience, San Diego State also has the experience. And they didn't lose but like 2 players last year. And we didn't have a tournament. I think San Diego State could have won it last year. I'm taking them to win it this year. And I'm aware I'm probably wrong. But at the end of the day, this is for fun. And no one is going to.
Dude, yeah, it's
no one's going
dude,
to. Dude,
we get so stressed out about this shit. But it's really just for fun, man.
And I'm going to take San Diego State winning by a score of 68 to 65.
All right. I have who do you have them playing again?
Michigan.
Okay. I have Illinois beating Gonzaga 78-74.
Ooh, I got Michigan beating, or not Michigan beating Baylor. I'm sorry. I got Baylor beating Michigan 81-73. I think someone's going to hit the 80.
This might be the most interesting tournament ever.
There is a lot of
There's
good
a
teams,
fucking
and it's interesting
lot.
because the usual powerhouses aren't here.
And I think that sucks too, because I think if Duke made it, because I think they would have made it if not for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
If Duke made it, they were one of the teams that I was like, yeah, they're going to make it minimum Sweet 16, regardless of where they're seated. Because I also look at it, too, like the coaching is going to matter. And at the end of the day, the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I have San Diego State over my Michigan Wolverines is while Juwan so far has been a great coach, I think it might be too early for us. However, with the way the program's been going, I think we're bound to win a title in the next 5 years.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut this short, but I do still
Sorry.
have a lot of homework to do, so I'm gonna dip. But it was
No,
great.
you're good. You're good. We're actually about
If
to
you
wrap it up.
okay, well, if you haven't take the survey, and I gotta go read. But thank you. Bye. I'll
Okay,
be
you're
back on
welcome.
it.
All right.
And then there were two.
And then there were the two Anthonys.
Yes, sir.
Hour and a half podcast for the first episode.
Dude, what a pleasure it was being on the first episode of the Sanch Ranch, let me tell you.
I think I would call this a success, honestly.
Yes, I would second that. Yeah.
The bracket may not be a success, but
Our brackets, we'll see what goes on
Bro,
with that, but that's just oh my god.
hold on. I really want to see Maki's response just because he didn't hear who I had. I'm going to call him real quick and just get his reaction.
Interrupt his bachelor. Uh-oh, he's going to be cranky. He might snap on you.
I'm not going to be on the phone long. I think his reaction is just worthy of being in.
Of course.
This is the grade A content we're here for.
Imagine.
He's just not going to answer.
Wow.
Balls deep in Bachelor.
Facts.
Balls deep in Bachelor. Balls deep in Bachelor, bro.
Wow. Sent a voicemail.
He just didn't answer. I wanted your reaction for my winner.
All right.
All right. I think that's where we're
We'll
going
see
to
what
wrap
happens,
it up.
man.
Unless he texts back. Oh, he's texting back right now. I may as well read his reaction.
Yeah. We'll have another one of these talking about the tournament too.
We'll definitely do one probably at the end of it.
Yeah.
He just said Ayo! Oh, I think he was talking about Illinois. Yeah, that'll wrap it up. Thank you to everyone for tuning into the first episode of the Sanch Ranch. Next week,
Good looks, guys.
or the week after, I'm gonna be having a very special guest on here.
Ooh, who's that? Can you tell us?
Little tease. Hey, I'll tell you after we're off, but just for anyone else, Lil Tease. I'll definitely put it out on my Instagram. So if you aren't following me on that, go ahead and do it. Anthony Sand 611 on Instagram. I will announce that when it goes live. Hopefully, he's available to be interviewed for however long, and he's not busy with.
Oh,
sports
I know who
things.
you're talking about. All right,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Hey, but if you guys have made it this far and you're listening on SoundCloud, go ahead and drop a follow so you can hear our next podcast and get updated. You even get notifications too. It's pretty sick. And if you made it this far, drop a like because you can do that. Or you know what? If you want to save it for later, listen to it for later, 100% you can do that. YouTube, subscribe so you can hear it again. You know what it is.
I like that outro. I think that's where we're at. Where we'll wrap it up.
And he was
Hopefully,
doing
the
so
next
well.
one will be able to go up on SoundCloud. Or not SoundCloud, Spotify. And Apple Podcasts. And iTunes and all that. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, it has been Sanchez and my co-hosts, Roperti. Take us
The
out.
one and only.
Nope. Okay. I was going to have you just say goodbye. All right. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.